Hi, everybody. It's Sam Bennett from the Organized Artist Company, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see you all pouring in. Lovely to see you. Hi, everybody. We have just 1 minute till the top of the hour, so I'm going to let you guys come on the line and say hello. Here, I'll write a little welcome. Yay. Good. How are we doing, everybody? Great to see you. Great to see you. Go ahead and type in once you're in, just so that I can see you, that you're here and see the chat and everything. That helps me know what's going on. There we go. Okay, and I know there's a little delay between when I talk and when you type and when I see it, so we'll just have to kind of surf that as we go along. Great. Well, it's right up here at the top of the hour. Hi, everybody. I'm Sam Bennett from the Organized Artist Company, and I'm delighted to welcome you here to this teleclass, this webinar, this live video event called Procrastination is Genius in Disguise. Everybody's comments are pouring in. Hi, everybody. Lexington, Kentucky. Jean from London. Marcy. Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody. I'm drinking my water with the organic apple cider vinegar, so it looks like I'm drinking swamp water, but it's really very delicious. Good. So I want to welcome you all here, and I want to start the way that those of you who are on my list and who have worked with me before know I love to start everything, which is with just a little bit of breathing. I want to set this time aside from other time. You spend all day, every day, getting everything done for everybody else. This is your time to focus on you and your creative spirit and your projects and the things that are important to you. So for the next 60, 75, maybe as long as 90 minutes, we're going to be here together and we're talking about you and what's important to you. So go ahead and feel yourself right now in the center of yourself, like there's heartwood, right? Like the center of a tree. Feel that energy going right up through you and dropping down into the earth and extending up to heaven, because we are made of stardust. Let your belly go soft. Let your eyes go soft. Let your hands open up in an attitude of receiving. You give so much to everybody all day. This is your time to receive. And we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This is our little breathing pattern. And we're going to do that 3 times. You ready? Let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you. Thank you for doing that with me. I've been doing that little breathing exercise for over 20 years, and it has gotten me through some long nights and some long days and some stressful situations. So know that you have that tool in your pocket anytime you need it. Even just a little breath can go a long way towards moving us forward creatively. So we're here for one reason, and that reason is because you have an idea and you're not doing it. Or you've done some of it, or you've done almost all of it, and yet somehow, somewhere along the line, you got stuck. And I would love to know what your idea is. Actually, if you wanted to type in for me what your project idea is, what you're sort of stuck on, Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a screenplay, maybe it's clearing out the spare room, maybe it's a sewing project, maybe it's a photography project or decoupage or getting back to your dancing or prayer and meditation practice. There's all kinds of things. There's no limit on what you could be procrastinating on. And I'd love to know what those things are. While you guys are typing in, I will let you know that there is a little buffering, there is a little time in between when you type and when I see what you've typed. So we'll be sort of dancing with that. And also, usually I have my team leader, Leonora, online with me, but because I don't like to ask my team to work weekends if I can possibly help it, she's off today. So it's just me. So if I miss a question or misunderstand something and I don't circle back to you, please make sure you send me an email so that I can clarify, because I'm trying to kind of keep a lot of balls in the air here. The last thing is if I'm freezing or pixelating or something, there should be a little control on your screen. And if I move my mouse, it shows up for me at the top of my screen. And there's a little thing that looks like a gear for settings. And you can adjust your settings so that you're using less bandwidth. That will make me blurrier, but it'll sync me up better. Let's see, writing a children's book, writing my blog, a couple of picture books, comic books, writing a book about a tragic event, putting together my webinar course, organizing paperwork, writing a novel. Deborah's hi from Buenos Aires. Hi, Deb. Let's see. Writing my blog. Good. A lot of writers. I know all about it. I know all about how hard it is to write. Good. Creating a project management concept with an emphasis on how to engage and motivate project team leaders. Excellent. Excellent. So I want you to notice all these ideas as they're coming in. Notice the energy that's behind them. What's here? Starting my business. Why am I not? Hold on, let me just, I feel like I'm not seeing all, like there's a top layer of the chats I'm not seeing. Okay. Great. So feel all the energy that's behind these projects and feel how approving you feel of everybody else's project. You feel like, well, yes, of course Cheryl should write her book. Of course Robin should complete those 3 short stories. Of course Jean should do that children's project. Of course Geeta should do that project management thing. Like changing careers to build my own business. Yes, sister, yes, Linda, absolutely. Putting a course online. Robin's got a million ideas. TV pilot, screenplay, musical comedy act, sketch comedy, blog, side business, corporate training on gender issues. Right. And don't you feel like, yes, yes, you should do that. The world needs that from you. Absolutely. So just soak in that for a minute. Feel everybody nodding all around the globe. We've got people nodding, saying yes to you and to your project. They don't hear your excuses. They don't hear your insecurity. All they hear is your project idea, and they're going, yay, yes, let's do that. Let's have more of that. I want to read your book. My children need your book. I want to read your blog. I want to see your TV show. I want to buy from your business. Can you feel that inside you? How does that feel? How does that feel, all that energy? So if you're turned on by these ideas and by being in a room full of people who have a lot of ideas, then you are in the right place. For those of you who don't know me or haven't worked with me before, my name is Sam Bennett. I'm the creator of the Organized Artist Company, and I'll just give you like a 2-second bio. You can, look me up later if you're curious. But I grew up in Chicago. I went to the Francis Parker School. I went to college at UC Santa Cruz and then Northwestern. And then I left Northwestern because I got offered a job at the Second City Theater in Chicago, where I worked for almost 10 years. And so consequently, I'm friends with some of the biggest comedy names in the world: Stephen Carell and Steve Colbert and Adam McKay and Jon Favreau and Rachel Dratch and Amy Sedaris and Jim Belushi, not John was already dead by the time I was there. So Dave Koechner, all those people are friends and colleagues of mine. I was an actor. I've always been an actor. So in Chicago, I was a working actor. Then we moved to LA. I did a lot of TV and plays and a lot of improv comedy. and a lot of radio plays with a company called LA Theater Works, which was super fun. Along the way, so this life of mine as an actor, I had one of those acting careers. I still have one of those acting careers that like is going well enough that you don't quite want to give up on it, but not so well as to be able to support a person. So it was a million different part-time jobs and gigs and projects and shows and juggle. And along the way, I got really interested in this question of how do creative people make decisions? How do creative people stay motivated when kind of nobody else cares? How do creative people decide what to do when they've got so many great ideas? You guys are idea machines. And out of that curiosity came a little class I started teaching called the Get It Done workshop. And I started in like 2000, and it just grew from there. And in 2009, I started the Organized Artist Company full-time, teaching only the Get It Done workshop. That grew into the book, Get It Done, From Procrastination to Creative Genius in 15 Minutes a Day, which got endorsed by Seth Godin. He called it an instant classic. I'm totally not over that. My second book is coming out from New World Library this fall. And I also became an Infusionsoft certified consultant and reseller, which means I have a secret life in marketing automation. If you ever want to talk about email marketing, I love to have that conversation. And now I live by the beach. I live in this perfect little beach town, and I spend all my days teaching and writing and working and talking with people who love what they're doing, and I love what I'm doing. And it's a beautiful world. So I say all this to you because the thing that keeps me motivated, oh, there's Cooper. I live with two cats. Both of them may make an appearance, but that's Cooper. Thanks for dropping by, Coop. My vision for the world is that every creative person, by which I mean everybody, because as far as I'm concerned, everyone is a creative genius. If you've ever solved a problem differently than anybody else has ever solved the problem, congratulations, you're a creative genius. Everybody is spending at least 15 minutes a day on the projects that matter most to them. They're spending that time and they're talking about it. I want conversations around the water cooler about your creative projects, the way people talk now about, their latest spin class, or, oh, I'm doing yoga booty. I want people talking about their creativity. I want people saying, I just started a new needlepoint project. Really? I've been writing crappy poetry. I was writing crappy poetry last month. I've been playing guitar. Like, I want that conversation because it's such an important part of who you are, and your creative work enriches the world. So that's my vision. That's why I do this. Today, we're going to talk about why procrastination is genius in disguise, and why you've been procrastinating and how to fix that now. We're gonna make some progress on that right now today. I have a new session of the Get It Done workshop starting later this month, so you'll get an invitation to that. We'll talk a little bit about what that might involve. And then at the end, I'm gonna give you this fabulous tool to overcome the fear of judgment that's keeping you stuck. Does that sound good? You down with me? I'll take questions along the way as much as I can, and I'll stay on the line to answer questions for as long as I can afterwards. Does anybody have anything pressing that's happening right now that's like freaking them out or anything? You guys all seem pretty good. All right, well then let's get right into the subject of procrastination. So let's talk about what it is, what's happening. Here's what happens. You get an idea, ding, and you feel some desire behind that idea. And that combination of the idea and the desire is your engraved invitation. Idea plus desire equals your engraved invitation from God, from the universe, from spirit, from your inner wisdom. And let me just reassure you, that's all anybody gets. That's all anybody gets. I think sometimes you all think that people who are very active creatively or very productive, like somehow they get ideas and desire that comes with like trumpets and a big neon sign that says, this is it, do this idea. But they don't. I guarantee you they don't. All they get is that little idea and that little feeling of like, ooh, oh, I think I'd like that. I think I'd like to try that. So if you're waiting for more of a sign, it's not coming. That's it. That's the sign. So write that down. If you're a note taker, write that down. Your idea plus your desire equals your engraved invitation. All right, it's up to you whether or not you accept the invitation, but that's your engraved invitation. And notice that what we're talking about here is a specific category of idea, because there are some ideas that you get, you have the idea, ding, you feel the desire, and you do it right away. I think I would like to make some nachos. Ding, done, right? You're all over it. It's not hard, you don't torture yourself, you just do it. Other ideas you have, ding, you have the desire, but then you're like, nah, no. And the idea goes away in search of someone else, right? In search of someone else who's gonna act on it. It's not your idea, it's not your time, it's not the right thing. And you don't feel bad about it. It's just not your idea right now, not right for you right now. That's fine too. There are some ideas that kind of hang around for a while and then kind of fade away over time. But the ones we're looking for, the ones we're talking about here, the ones you guys have typed into this chat, those are the ones that are sticky. Those are the ones that are just right for you. They're tantalizing, they're sexy, they're just yummy enough to really kind of keep you involved in them because they really kind of feel right, right? So then what happens? Right, we've got idea, ding, we've got desire, and then everything stops. And here's why. Your self-doubt plus your fear of the judgment of others equals you putting it off until tomorrow. Your self-doubt plus your fear of judgment from others, that's a stadium full of people, for those of you who are admiring my beautiful slides. And that is you putting it off till tomorrow. And that's literally what procrastination means. Pro is forward, right? It's from the Latin, pro, forward, and crastinare, which is tomorrow. So to put forward to tomorrow, or belonging to tomorrow. Here's the thing, that fear, that self-doubt, that fear of judgment, all this, again, everyone has that. Everyone has that. As afraid as you are, is as afraid as everyone else is. They may not be afraid of exactly the same thing, but they are definitely as afraid. I guarantee. And I know this. I mean, I work with thousands of creative people, award winners, Emmy Award winners, Academy Award winners. They have the same fear and anxiety. So everybody gets the same engraved invitation. Everybody has the same fear. So I want you to stop waiting for something other than that invitation and stop accepting your fear as an excuse. This idea that, well, like, we are more scared than everybody else is. No, you're not. You are exactly as scared as everyone else is. And everybody who's getting their work out into the world, all of the painters and writers and singers and dancers and teachers and healers and floor designers, they're all just as scared. So if you're a note taker, write that down. Everybody gets the same invitation. Everybody has the same fear. My fear equals everybody's fear. Okay? Good. So notice that you've got this perfect teeter-totter, right? You've got the like, oh, I want to have this design, idea and desire, and I really want to. Oh, but I'm scared. I'm going to wait until tomorrow. Oh, but I really want to. Oh, I think I'm scared. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And you stay in this eddy. You stay on this teeter-totter. And that's why you're here, is because that teeter-totter is causing you pain. That eddy is causing you pain. That stuckness is causing you pain. Here is why that pain is genius. Why your procrastination is genius. It's genius because it is showing you where you need to grow. It is showing you where you are being invited into. It is showing you the next evolution of you. How fantastic. It's the door that is open into the new you. The you that's slightly more complete, the you that's slightly more creatively expressed, the you that's slightly more something. And that's great news. This desire that's in your heart is the gas in your tank. It is what will motivate you to get your project done. And this idea, the ding, that's what changes the world. Ideas change the world. Your ideas change the world. And you know this. Your life has been changed by someone else's ideas. You remember the first time you saw a production of Romeo and Juliet and your understanding of love was changed. You remember the first time you saw an Alexander Calder mobile and your concept of art and space and air was changed. You remember that piece of music that changed you. You know that movie, that book, that thought, that thing that happened that changed you. So we have the desire to get something done. We have the idea that can change the world. So your desire and your idea can change your world. So go ahead and write this down. My desire and my idea is changing my world right now. It's already changing your world, even if you are not doing it. Because notice, not doing it is a decision. Not doing it is a decision. Deciding that you need to do some more research, or it's not the right time, or you're not ready, that's a decision. It's sort of a passive decision. It's a bit of a decision by default, but it's a decision. So notice the strength of the desire. Notice the strength of the idea. And notice this invitation, all that fear and anxiety and self-doubt that is showing you exactly what your spiritual path is, what your path to emotional maturity is right now, what your next steps are in evolving into the best possible version of you. It's all laid out there before you in that procrastination. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. All right. So notice that we're getting this, I want to, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I want to, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I want to, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I want to, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And it's a little like when there's a kid who wants to do something and then the nervous parent keeps saying like, well, we'll see. Like, hey, can I? Well, we'll see. Hey, can I? Well, we'll see. Hey, can I? Well, we'll see. Now, everybody who's ever been a kid knows what we'll see means, right? What does it mean? It means no way. It means it's not happening. So there's some nervous parent in you that is saying, we'll see. And I'm curious to know what that parent is saying inside of your head. Is it saying, oh, it's too risky? Or is that nervous parent saying, you don't know enough? Or who do you think you are? Or I'm too busy. What is that nervous parent saying to you? You've got the desire sort of knocking on the door, that little kid going, oh, I want to, I want to, I want to. And the nervous parent saying, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. What's your nervous parent saying? You can write it down in the chat or you can just write it down for yourself. But it's important to identify what that voice is so that you can recognize it for the lie that it is. Robin says, yes, I think Lin-Manuel gets trumpets. Right, nope, there's no trumpets. They just, same thing, just a little idea and a little bit of desire. Good. I'm too busy. Yep. You still don't have it clear, right? You're not really sure what you're doing. You're not clear enough in what you're doing. Yes. Notice how very logical these all sound. Like these all sound very adult and logical. You know, mom says, oh no, darling, we can't possibly do that. That's not practical. You're not ready. It would be a waste of time. You don't know enough. Oh, very good, you guys. I love how forthcoming you are. You're so brilliant. You're not qualified. Other people are much better. You don't know enough. Not ever. You should get a stable, well-paying job. You're not expert enough. Excellent. Good. You're going to get tired of it and move on to something else. Don't be frivolous, darling. Good. So a couple more of these are probably going to come in while I'm still talking. Not clear, need more research. Who will read what sparks your passion? Very good. So the parent is giving all these, you're too busy, you don't know enough, you're not expert enough. What does the little kid feel? What does the little kid feel? Mad. Remember when you wanted to do something really, really, really super bad and you had a really good reason for wanting to do it and your parent was like, no, maybe tomorrow. No, we'll see. No. You got mad. Now, if you're a woman, you may use the word frustrated. Frustrated is the polite version of mad. Frustrated is where anger and impotence combine. So you feel angry and you feel like you can't do anything about it. So if the words that's coming to you is feeling frustrated, go ahead and dial up just the anger part. And I know a lot of us were taught that we're not allowed to be angry or we're not good at getting angry. You're in a safe space, it's okay. So what does your kid say? You could say, but I want to. I could try. Could we just try? What else? My kid says, could be fun. Could be fun. Kid says, I can do it. I know I can do it. I can see it in my mind. Please. What is your little kid saying? What is your little kid saying? Good. Please. Like that? Yeah. So, I wrote down one earlier. You never let me have any fun. You never let me do anything fun. That's what my little kid is learning about. Good. Yeah, so some more of these parent ones. You have to clean the kitchen first. It could go wrong. You're naive. That's not the way it's done. Right? And the little kid says, I want to play. You don't know until you try. I want to do it now. Yes. I love hearing this. Yes. Good. So we have this conflict, right? This struggle going on between this nervous parent and this really lit up little kid, right? Marcy says, I love that. I could try. Could we just try? Yeah. Other people are doing it. That's very good. Martin says, this would be fun and easy. Yes. So let's bring in a third party, because there is, in fact, a third party, right? We've got the nervous parent, we've got the inspired child, and there's a third party, and that third party, you ready, is the project itself. It's the project itself. So if you're somewhere where you can close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, just sort of let your eyes go a little soft. And Imagine in your mind your project. Your book, your blog, your screenplay, your painting, your therapy, your business, your clean garage. And what does it look like? Maybe it just has a shape or a color or a sparkle. Maybe it's just a light. And really feel into that project for a second. Feel the energy of that project. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Does it have a temperature? Does it have a texture? And now listen to it. What does your project want? What does your project suggest you do? What does the calm, wise voice of your project offer as a solution to build a bridge between your nervous parent and your inspired child? Let your project speak. Feel the energy between you and that project. Feel the tension. Feel the tension, the energy pulling you forward, moving you closer together. What if you bring that project just a little bit closer to you? Does the energy get a little more intense? Does it light up a little bit more? What does your project have to say to you? I'd love to hear the answers to that. Good. Yeah, Robin says, what if your little kid is just sad and impotent feeling? Yeah, well, that's the sign of a kid who's been told no too many times, right? So that kid needs a cuddle. I would start with some cuddling. Good, so the project says, I'm here and I'm ready, I will make you happy. My project says it wants to be heard, to be seen, to live. Joanna says her project says, if you stop asking permission, they can't tell you no. Gita says it feels like bubbles in her heart. Follow the child. The result does not need to be perfect, at least you tried. You were born for this and you're more ready than you know. Just start. You've grown into this project. My project is getting annoyed with me. Yeah, sometimes they do that. They get a little foot tapping. Excellent, excellent. Oh, you guys are so beautiful. I love what you're writing here. I love how you are teaching me and teaching each other. So we now have about 1 second before your self-judgment and self-doubt kicks in again. And I'm going to give you a tool to help with that when it kicks in again in about 1 second. But for right now, I want you to just stay in this space of the project, of the encouraging project, of the calm, wise inner voice, and the energy of the project that's pulling you forward and telling you that you were born to do this. And I want to talk to you about getting some support for doing this in the Get It Done class. So while you're still excited, before all your self-judgment kicks in, I want to just talk about what Get It Done is. It's, like I said, it's a project-based class. So you come in with an idea or with 100 ideas or with no idea. A lot of times people are like, I don't really know what I would do. That's perfect. And it's a lot of worksheets and a lot of exercises and some imagination games, sort of like we've been doing right now, and to really guide you to what's right for you. So it's not like boot camp. It's not like there's a project plan and you have to do it my way, because that would never work. You wouldn't follow it anyway, you little rebel you. So it's really designed to help you design your perfect solution. It's about amping up your desire and getting in touch with your values and your vision. So that's really what will motivate you past that fear and anxiety, lessening that doubt, giving you the group support, And taking baby steps, 15 minutes a day, so that the anxious parent feels safe and that inspired 9-year-old kid stays inspired, right? And when you are doing this, you are standing in the strength of your own creative power. Stand in the strength of your creative power. The Get It Done workshop allows you to stand in the strength of your creative power. Imagine for yourself what that might look like. What repercussions might that have? What positive benefit might come from that? Little changes, big changes. You are very special people. You're not like everybody else. And you've been special and different and weird, let's face it, kind of weird, your whole life. Your whole life. And let's take a moment for your parents, because, you know, they thought they were having just a regular child like maybe their other children. And here you came along and you were a unicorn, silver sparkly unicorn. What did they know about the care and feeding of unicorns, right? So this is an opportunity for you to learn and grow in the way that you need to learn and grow. It's not school, and I'm not your mom. It's not somebody else's system. This is about you creating systems that support you in your own way so that you can grow in the way that's right for you. People have finished their thesis, they've finished their book, they've started their book, they've written a book proposal, cleaned out their closet, what else? Settled their mom's estate, put up a telesummit, an entire telesummit, done work on their photography, their websites, their jewelry, cleared their desk, painting. And some people use the Get It Done workshop as sort of a managing principle. Like, I've already got all these things going on, and they use Get It Done to sort of manage all of the things they're already doing. So that works. It's an 8-week class. It starts the 27th. Oh, I should put up the offer, shouldn't I? That would be good. Good. There it is. So if you just go to monstergetitdone.com, monstergetitdone, monstergetitdone.com. You can see all the details. In addition, you also, in the 8-week class is, you know, pretty spectacular. And 2 of those classes are open Q&A calls. So you get all your questions answered. We talk about, you know, what's happening for you personally. You also get a year in the 365 Club, which means you get a daily email, a daily creative prompt that people love. I just got a call yesterday. Somebody was like, oh my gosh, your one email just changed my life. I'm so glad to hear it. And there's a monthly open Q&A coaching call with me. So you get a whole year of support. So this isn't just like 8 weeks and then you're done. It's a whole year with me. And there's a Facebook page where you can ask questions, get support, get some cheerleading, get some advice. You can ask questions of me or of the team or of each other. It's pretty great. It's a very active community and really wonderful, talented people there. You get a couple of ebooks. Since we don't start until the 27th, I've added in a couple of things. You get the Procrastination Domination Starter Kit right away, which is 2 of my very best and most effective exercises. You get those instantaneously. There's also a 365 Club call before we start. There's one on the 21st of April. And, you know, it's 30 days, you know, satisfaction guaranteed or your money cheerfully refunded. If you start this and do all this and you get to sometime before May 11th and decide it's not for you, just let us know and we will cheerfully refund your tuition. You can keep all the bonuses. No harm, no foul. It's fine. If I haven't helped you, I don't really want your money, right? The other thing you get is a ticket to the Big Yes, which is our 3-day event in July here in Los Angeles. It's amazing. We are almost halfway sold out right now. This event will sell out. So it is possible that this Get It Done workshop is going to sell out that event. This may be the only way to get tickets to that event. So if that's interesting to you, you get a free ticket to that. And if you buy while we are on this webinar right now, this is just for those of you who are live here with us, for those of you watching the replay, sorry, you can get my How to Make $1,000 webinar. This is an amazing kind of magical webinar that sort of walks you in the side door, circumvents all your weird money stuff, and you walk out with a plan to make $1,000 in a way that is totally easy and right for you. It's a kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing. So you get that. So that's the plan. You get the Get It Done workshop, you get the 365 Club, you get a couple of ebooks, you get the Procrastination Domination Starter Kit, you get a ticket to the Big Yes, and if you're buying right now, you can get the How to Make $1,000 webinar as well. So that's almost $2,000 worth of stuff. You get it for $365. It's $1 a day for your project. You can also do it in payment plans. So you can start with 141 bucks. Pretty great deal. Does anybody have any questions about the project? It's about the workshop or about anything else? Good. So funny, I scroll through the chat and it like goes down instead of up. It's very odd. Okay. Good, so that's the plan. So go to monstergetitdone.com and if you're feeling it, jump in. Jump in. Like I said, I've been teaching this workshop for 100 years. There's going to be some new material this time, but I never get tired of it. I never get tired of it. I never get tired of the breakthroughs. I never get tired of the questions, and I never get tired of watching you guys move forward on these projects that are so significant to you and to the world. Good. Anything else I wanted to say? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if you're having one of these thoughts, like, I think I can do this myself, or I can't afford it, or I'm afraid that I'll start and not see it through, or I've tried before, or I don't want to end up all driven and stressed. Notice that this is where the fear and anxiety kicks in, right? So we were in the beautiful open space of your project, and that calm voice of your project saying, I'm your ally, we'll guide each other through this. It pulses, it says, pick up your pen, just start. What you have to say will save lives. Come on, let's grow, let's get started. You never know. Yeah. So that, you were born for this. You were born for this. So we went from that to now talking about Get It Done workshop, which could maybe support you in letting that happen. And if my little spidey sense is correct, your regular tape of why you can't possibly do it is kicking in. So this is your opportunity to do something different. This is that procrastination showing you where you need to grow. So if you're thinking, I can do this myself, I am guessing that your self-sufficiency disease, I too suffer from self-sufficiency disease, that your self-sufficiency disease is part of what's keeping you stuck. So getting over the idea that you can do it yourself is an important step in you getting your project out into the world. You hear me? Or maybe if you're thinking, I can't afford it. Well, if you're having rent and grocery issues, you're right. It's not a good time. It's okay, we'll work together some other time. But if you are anywhere above the having rent and groceries issues, it's $1 a day for your project. It's 365 bucks. And I guarantee you that money is going to go somewhere. It's not like at the end of the year, you're going to have an extra $365 if you don't do this course. So notice that your desire to be conservative with your money might be some of what's keeping you stuck on your project. So busting through that thought of, I always have to be very conservative with my money, might move you forward on your project. You might be thinking that, like, oh, I'll start and I won't finish it, like I never finish anything. Well, you know, first of all, completion is often overrated. You don't actually have to finish the course. You don't actually have to finish the course. You could buy the course, tune in for the first half hour, get some amazing benefit out of it, and never listen to it again. I know. It's like not finishing what's on your plate. It's shocking. You want to get maximum value. But, you know, you've started a book and put it down and still gotten value from it. Of course, I want you to stay with it all the way through and come to every 365 Club meeting and come to the big yes and like read every email. Of course I want that. But I also want you to live the life that's right for you. So what I'm pointing out to you is that it is possible that your desire to feel like you have to see everything through to the end is part of what's keeping you stuck on your project. So breaking through that belief and saying, well, I'll get as far as I get. Let's just see how far we get, could move you forward on your project. I got a few others here. Oh, I've tried before. I've tried this before. I've tried other workshops before. I've tried classes before. Good. I should hope so. Me too. I love taking workshops. So now you're ready. So this idea that maybe, you know, you're not ready or you're somehow overcooked with readiness is keeping you stuck on your project. And that idea that you're going to get all driven and stressed out, like, you know, I get that. I get that concern. I get that. I get worried about that too. You know, I don't want to add another thing to my plate. Right. Like I said, this isn't boot camp. It's not about stressing you out. It's about giving you some managing principles and cluing you into your own natural creative rhythms so that your work feels easy and free. So that's what that's about. Let's get to this fear thing. Let's get to this fear that's kicking in. You know, it's amazing, isn't it? How quickly it speeds up. Like you're there in this beautiful sunshiny place, and then it's gone, and then the anxiety kicks in. So here's what I want to say to you about that anxiety, and then I will answer whatever questions you guys have. Go ahead and type in what the fear is. Like, I would do it, but I don't want people to think I'm what? So I would move forward on my project, or I would take the Get It Done workshop, or I would do this or that or the other thing, but I don't want people to think that I'm what? Or I'm concerned that it will make me what? I don't want people to think that I'm selfish. I don't want to seem like I think I'm all that. I don't want to seem like a failure. I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to look unfriendly. I don't want to let other people down. I don't want to be greedy or grabby, right? So what are some of yours? Deborah says, I did Get It Done in 2010, but it was so good that I think I need to do it again to kickstart me through the next set of hurdles. Deborah, I'd love to have you and Get It Done again. And I'll tell you, people do this course 3 and 4 times. Like, it's because it's a little different every time. And now, in 2010, I was just doing it on the phone. Now I do it like this with the webinar, so that's fun. Kim says, I've already signed up for the Big Yes. Could that money go towards this offer? I'm not sure. Email me about that. Just go ahead and get it done, and we'll yeah, I'm not sure about the answer to that, but we can figure something out. I don't want you to have to double pay for something. Good. So yeah, what are you afraid is happening? What are you afraid your people are going to think of you? I'm afraid that I'm overwhelmed and I'm not good enough to see it through. So there's a value there of like being good, being talented. No, I'm afraid that people will think I'm untalented, and a value of wanting to see things through. A value of completion. That's great. So I don't want people to think that I'm not completing things. I'm not seeing things through. Good. What else? I've got this weird thing. I'm afraid that people will judge me, compare me to others that are more professional. Good. Good. What else? Let's see. The other concerns that I hear all the time are I'm concerned that I'll look ignorant, like I don't know enough. I'm concerned that I'll look too weird. People aren't going to get it. I'm concerned that I'll look too sexual or too dark. My work is too dark. Too normal, too middle of the road, too boring, like that. I don't want to seem untalented. Now everyone tells me I'm talented, so I'm worried I'll prove them wrong. Good. Excellent. So here's my amazing 1 second antidote to this anxiety, because this comes up for you all the time, right? This fear. And it's not real. Most of you are saying, like, I know it's not real. I know I'm talented, and yet my fear is that I'm untalented. I know I get things done, and yet I have this fear that I'm not getting anything done, right? I know that I'm good at what I do, but I'm afraid that other people are going to judge me, as being non-professional. So here's the thing. This fear that you have is good. It's part of evolutionary biology. We're trained to be tribal animals. We're trained to live in a group, and our parents and our teachers and our friends and our whole community socialized us to not be greedy and not be grabby and share the spotlight and don't act like a know-it-all and don't be and see things through the end and maximize your talents, but don't show off. And, be nice and polite and good to people, right? I'm too flaky, don't be flaky. Right. They taught you all this stuff. And guess what? It worked. You learned it. You're not greedy or grabby. You are nice. You are talented. You're not walking around saying, look at me, look at me, look at me all the time. It worked. So now what you guys are doing, though, is you're acting like it didn't work. It's like you're reading the driver's manual every time you get in the car. I don't want to seem like I don't know how to drive. I better review this one more time. I better watch out to make sure that nobody thinks I'm, taking up more than my fair share. It's like, you guys, you got it. You got it. You got this talented thing. You got the getting things done thing. You're doing things in your own way. It's fine. It's like you're a good driver. You don't need to be constantly proving to people that you're a good driver. And in fact, sometimes, you might push it a little. You might run a yellow light. You might go 5 miles over the speed limit. That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad driver. So you can trust yourself. You know when it's okay to run a yellow light and when it isn't. You know when to be cautious. You know when the car's making a sound that means you should pull over, right? You're a good driver, and you can be a good driver and a good custodian of yourself. So quit acting like somebody failed in their job of socializing you, because they didn't. It worked. You are the kind, giving, professional, loving, insightful, talented person that they raised you to be. And now you can trust yourself. And you can even lean a little. Lean into untalented, lean into selfish, lean into grabby, lean into flaky. See what happens. There's some really interesting territory to be explored there. You can afford it. Do you know what I mean? You can afford to be a little greedy. You can afford to be a little selfish, because it is not a commentary on your entire character. It's you using your natural energy to adapt to a circumstance. So in just the same way that you going 5 miles over the speed limit does not make you a scofflaw, does not make you a criminal, you leaning a little into these things that you think you're not allowed to be is your invitation to grow. If you are looking for a project out of this webinar, I would, if you're looking for like, oh, 15 minutes a day, but what would I do? Well, start with 15 minutes a day making some art around this thing you think you're not allowed to be. Making some art around being unprofessional. Make some art around being flaky. Make some art around having people, you know, judge you or think you're, it's just like self-aggrandizing, you know, like you think you're all so special. Give that idea some form. Get it out of your head a little bit and really take a look at it, because there's some juicy, juicy stuff in there. And like I said, this is where your procrastination is showing you where to grow spiritually. This is creativity as spiritual development, as emotional development, as a tool to make you a better person, a better citizen, a better creative, a better artist, a better mom, a better dad, a better partner. Don't ignore the invitation. So quit reading the driver's manual every time you get in the car and trust yourself. Trust your project. Trust your desire. Trust the invitation. You wouldn't have gotten the invitation if you couldn't do it. That's just the plain fact. You would not have gotten the invitation if you couldn't do it. There's a way for you to do it. And if you would like some help figuring out what that is and how to do it and where to start and how to get help and, you know, all that other stuff, that's where the Get It Done workshop is for you. So I would love to welcome you into that class. If you buy, like I said, during this live webinar, you'll get a special bonus, but it's a pretty good deal without that special bonus even. So I'd love to see you in for that. All hail the flakes. So true. I'm okay at the creative stuff, but not at all the technical stuff that goes with it, so I think I will fail. Well, that's a perfect recipe, isn't it? That's a perfect way to stay exactly where you are. That's a perfect way to stay stuck. That's a perfect way to decide not to do your project. Do you notice that there's a decision in there? Like, oh, I think I'm going to fail, so I better not even try. That's you deciding to not do it. So what I invite you to do is get curious and get compassionate. You don't have to be smart. You just have to be curious. I'm curious how I, as a creative person who has no technical ability, could get this done. I compassionately view my own skill sets and notice that I'm lacking in this area. I wonder what help I could receive. I wonder if it's maybe easier than I thought it was. I wonder if maybe it doesn't have to be as technical as I think it does. So replace that immediate judgment of I think I might fail and failure can't possibly, you know, be allowed, and replace it with curiosity. Replace it with some compassion. And just follow the sparkly breadcrumbs into the forest. You never know. You never know what might turn up there. And, you know, I already, like I said, I became an Infusionsoft certified consultant and surprised the heck out of myself. I had no idea there was an inner marketing nerd inside me just waiting to come out. But it turns out there was. Who knew? Good. Susan says, I don't trust that I can really pull this off. Right. Right. So let's get curious about that. I'm curious if I can pull that off. I'm going to have some compassion for myself as I try. And don't keep trying to do it the way you've been trying to do it, because now we have firmly established that the way you've been doing it does not work. Congratulations, you have found a perfect system to not do what it is you say you want to do. Whatever you've been doing up to now, we've tried this your way. So what I'm saying now is try it my way. 15 minutes a day, get curious, ask better questions, get some group support, get a year's worth of support, get some live support in person, get some daily email support, and see what happens then. And again, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Money back, no problem. Before, I think, May 11th or something. Good? What other questions? What else are you guys thinking about? So great to see you all here. You're all so beautiful. What else? Does anybody else have any other questions or anything you're thinking about or wondering about or not sure? Anything that's any first steps you're thinking you want to try? I want to just, Martin said, I'm a flake, always excited about projects that I never follow up on. You know, again, there's a belief in there that says you should follow up on every single idea. And that's just not true. I mean, Luke's, my partner person, Luke, he had a music teacher when he was a kid who said, creative people have ideas the way apple trees have apples. Creative people have ideas the way apple trees make apples. Like, it's just part of who you are and what you do, and it's a natural extension of who you are and what you do. So capture the ideas, but not every idea is actionable. Not every idea is right for right now. And it doesn't make you flaky, it makes you judicious, right? It makes you aware. People who don't have very many ideas think that you should follow through on every single idea because they don't have that many. You have a grillion of them. How could you follow through on every idea? That would be silly. So, and again, take a look at this. There's, you know, there's ways and there's ways. I was thinking about a friend of mine who's a painter the other day, and I don't know if you describe her as flaky or not, but she can be a little hard to get a hold of. And I was mentioning that to her, like that I had called her like 3 or 4 times and sent her a couple of texts before she got back to me. And she said, oh yeah, well, I just figured that if anybody really wants to talk to me, they'll reach out 3 or 4 times. It's like her hurdle. It's like her like the way she sort of judges whether or not you're really worthy to be her friend is if you're willing to chase her down. And I was like, huh, that is making the world by your own lights. Like, that is deciding the world you want to live in and creating it that way. She doesn't feel bad about not calling you back. Just because you call her, she doesn't have an obligation to call you back. Right? How's that? How's that on for size? Where's that territory? I'm curious what might happen if I didn't call everybody back. I'm curious what might happen if I did call everybody back. I'm curious what might happen if you get your project out into the world. Because I'm here to tell you what I know and what I have seen over and over and over again is that when you start standing in the strength of your creative power, and when you start actually moving, actually physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychically moving forward on your project, things will change for you. Miracles will happen. And only you can do it. This is the work that only you can do. Someone else can pick up the dry cleaning. Someone else can make dinner. Someone else can vacuum. Only you can create your work. The world needs your work. And the world needs your work now, more than ever. Stop keeping it from us. We're curious to see, what do you have to offer? If I can support you in getting that work out into the world, it would lighten my heart and make my day. So you can go to monstergetitdone.com. Please share this webinar with your friends if you like. It's open and available for everybody. Let me just see if there's any other questions or anything I am missing here. Good. Does anybody have anything they want to say? How's this all going? How's this landing for you? Do you have any thoughts or questions or input for me? I'd love to hear your advice. Robin says driver's manual. That's an excellent analogy. Thank you very much. I was quite pleased with myself when I thought of it. Deborah says, all hail making it up as you go along. Dude, do you think anybody is not making it up as they go along? Everybody's making it up as they go along. Everybody. Nobody has it more together, really, than anybody else, I don't think. Just some people are able to finesse it a little bit more. And others of us don't care so much if, you know, we have slides made on typing paper with Sharpies. So, you know. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for being so open and honest and sharing. I'm really curious. Let's see, somebody says, I'm not an artist, but I've always wanted to open a spiritual retreat center. Can you help? Sure, I think the Get It Done workshop can help. Absolutely. Absolutely. Projects are all the same. The infrastructure of a project is exactly the same, whether it's opening a spiritual retreat center or clearing out your closet or starting a prayer and meditation practice or making better dinner or writing a book. It's all the same. So yes, I think I can help. Good. Anything else in there? Spot on, Sam. Thanks. Good. Jean says, I'm joining and looking forward to getting on with my projects. Yay! That's fantastic. That's great news, everybody. I'm delighted. I am just delighted. There's some part of this chat bar that I'm just not seeing, and I don't know how to make this thing that's blocking it go away. Talk about letting your underwear show, right? So just making it up as I go along. Fantastic, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking this time to explore the gift of your procrastination, the genius of your procrastination, because it contains your desire, and it contains within it your path forward. If I can help you with that, go to monstergetitdone.com, sign yourself up, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Let's do one more round of breathing just to close out the circle. You ready? Let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for doing this with me. Oh, here. Oh, see, I thought I was done, but now here's a question. This is a great question, though. I'm already doing a year-long coaching program to develop the side business. Do you have thoughts about taking Get It Done to do that for a different project or do it on top of the current program? Yeah, I think probably both. I've seen a lot of people use Get It Done in addition to another program. It's one of the nice things about my work is it's not a doctrine, you know, it works with everything else. And like I said, it works great as a managing principle. So I think it will give you greater insights into developing your side business. It'll support the coaching work that you're already doing. And so I would keep all your energy moving towards that one, your side business. I would use Get It Done to support what you're already doing and help zhuzh up that idea and move forward on that. I wouldn't start a second project necessarily, but we can talk about it. Great pep talk. Thanks for the encouragement. Awesome. Thanks for this. My pleasure, you guys. My pleasure. Always a pleasure to work with you all. I have this horror that I'm going to leave people with unanswered questions. All right. Thank you. Great webinar. Thank you. Thank you. Well, tell your friends, okay? Share it up. All right. Thanks, everybody. Now go get to work. The world needs your art.